Hey everybody, welcome back. Here's my honest Brooks Ghost Max 3 review. I paid $160 of my own money for the Ghost Max 3. This is not a sponsored review. I'm not an influencer, as you can see from my subscriber count. So as a quick note, here's something most people don't know. The Ghost Max 3 only became available to the public on August 1st, just 1 or 2 weeks ago, depending on when you're watching this video. So there are a bunch of reviews from months back. Those people are sponsored, paid for videos. I paid full price for these, tested these myself, and you're about to see an actual unbiased review with objective testing scores. So let's get right into the review. Comfort-wise, we rated the Max 3 a 9 out of 10, which is one of the highest scores for our walking shoe collection. So when I first tried these on, I was hit with the nostalgia of the Ghost Max 2, as you can see here. The plush heel comfort, as well as the midfoot comfort, is a very unique feature of the Ghost Max collection compared to any other shoe on the market. So all those other Hoka shoes that are Max Plush Comfort, they definitely don't have the heel plush comfort here like the Ghost versions do. This is definitely one of the most memory foam I've had in a shoe review before. It has a 39mm stack height. It's perfect for the amount of cushioning you'd want in like a hospital shift, a job that requires a lot of long-standing hours, or just a normal neighborhood walking shoe. You can also use it for a recovery running shoe as well. The impact absorption is definitely substantial in these. It really protects against shock absorption of your joints and your lower extremities. Definitely save your joints in the long term. We measured the toe box at 3.5 inches, which is nice and substantial for your toes to splay out for a nice stable base while you're walking or running. I didn't have any areas of compression or numbness. I tested a men's size 10 wide. Brooks shoes tend to be very consistent with their sizing as well. So I always go for the 10 wide, and it fits perfectly for me every single time. I have a slight wide foot. The tongue is very puffy and very well padded. It's like a pillow on top of your foot. There's no lace bite or anything like that. No issues with the tongue length either. There was a few issues with the tongue length on the Max 2. They definitely fixed that on this version. So while walking my dog through the neighborhood, I had a nice heel to toe transition. It was very easy and efficient. So one important point that all those influencer videos out there that aren't bringing up is the fact that the stack height is super high, but there's not a topple over effect, meaning that this doesn't get super compressed here. The outsole is nice and thick and firm, but when you really compress down with your foot, there's not an over compression of it, leading to that topple over effect and making it a very unstable shoe like some of the Hoka shoes out there. The heel to toe drop is 6mm, perfect for walking or running, especially if you aren't a heel striker while running. So I definitely felt a great heel to toe transition and a good toe off, especially when I was running in these. One of the best features of the Ghost Max 3 is obviously the glide roll technology. So that's a rockered sole. It's a staple of most of the Brooks shoes, especially their walking shoes. When you compare this to like something like the Hoka Metarocker, it's definitely more subtle and it's more efficient as well. I felt better energy return on my stride. In addition, the glide roll definitely makes the shoe feel a lot less lighter than it actually is on the scale. It also did take some strain off my calves as well and a little bit of my Achilles tendonitis. So overall, the Brooks Ghost Max 3 scores the highest so far in comfort for all the walking shoes we have tested so far. So definitely one of the most comfortable walking shoes you can get out there. As a quick aside, links are down below in the description with the lowest possible verified price if you want to check those out. All right, back to the review. Support, we rated it at 8.5 out of 10. So the sole is slightly wider than the upper, which creates a nice stable base for you to plant your foot on. The contoured heel does an excellent job of keeping your hind foot nice and stable throughout all the gait cycle. So it definitely cups your heel and it doesn't allow any unneeded movement of your foot inside of the shoe. So one of the best features of this shoe is the guardrail here on the sides. So what that is it's a more firm part of the outsole here, and it prevents caving in of your foot or overpronating or over supinating of your foot as well. It's definitely essential for those high stack shoes that a lot of people don't bring up about them. So a lot of those high stack shoes, unfortunately, they topple over like I was saying before because they press down too much and the foam is just too soft. This foam is more firm and it allows you to really dig into it, but it's nice and robust enough to not over compress, not leading to that topple over effect. So the ankle support is definitely better than the previous iteration. It was just more, the ankle cuff here just hugs your foot just a little bit better, but again, it's nice and plush, so it's not really compressing or causing numbness, nothing like that. The heel counter stiffness here is pretty good. It wasn't overly rigid, but at the same time good enough for, especially for walkers out there. So in theory, the Brooks Max Ghost 3 is not made to be a super supportive shoe like the Glycerin models you've seen out there. It still holds a pretty good support with nice predictability, especially for the heel and midfoot strikers out there. So definitely a really supportive walking shoe. Traction, we rated it 8.5 out of 10. So they have the Road Track rubber outsole here. It's all recycled materials. It's nice, thick, and very well constructed rubber. It's got multi-directional tread patterns, as you can see here. It's definitely upgraded compared to the Ghost Max 2. So we tested this on asphalt, concrete, gravel, dirt paths, of course indoor floors while you're walking on those. And the traction held great. In wet or slick surfaces, it had minimal slipping. There's a little bit of slipping while I was running in these, but walking wise, they were great in terms of traction on wet surfaces. As you can see, they also left out this area here where there's no tread, which again helps with that heel to toe transition better. Rather than having an entire tread pattern throughout the shoe, it's more of an efficient model compared to other shoes out there. Weight, we rated this at 8.5 out of 10. So we weighed these in at 10.8 ounces for a men's 10. Remember, it's the Max collection of the shoes, meaning they put as much foam and comfort cushioning as they possibly can in this shoe. And for it to only weigh 10.8 ounces, that is pretty impressive. So I was very impressed with how it compares to other high stack shoes like the Nihoka Clifton 10 or even the Ultra Experience Flow 2. Those are high stack models, but they aren't as lightweight as this model, especially. And the stride is not efficient as well. So if you guys want a frame of reference, we rated the Hoka Clifton 10 at 11 ounces, so definitely a little bit heavier than the Max 3. And the Clifton 10 has even higher stack height than the Ghost model. So for fit, we rated them a 9 out of 10. They fit perfectly. Like I said, I used a men's 10 wide. The fit of Brooks shoes are very consistent, and usually if you find your size in them, I don't recommend sizing up or down in any new models that you get because they make it very consistent. Overall, there's not really a break-in period with these shoes, and just a great fit overall. So is the Brooks Ghost Max 3 worth it? If you're looking for a new walking or running shoe that really has that maximalist comfort and plushness, but doesn't overly compress and doesn't kill it in terms of the traction category, then the Brooks Ghost Max is definitely a great option. Like I said, they are able to make a maximalist comfortable shoe while not ruining the support that most maximalist shoes tend to do. Obviously, the guide rail here is a lifesaver, and it's definitely one of the most important features of the Max 3. Right now, it's actually our top rated walking shoe of this year. So for value, rated it a 10 out of 10. Our overall score for the new Brooks Ghost Max 3 is an 8.9 out of 10. So again, a top walking shoe. Also use it as a recovery running shoe. Really impressed with this new model. They have great new features, and I don't think you can go wrong with picking up a pair. So thanks for listening to our review, everybody. If you'd like to purchase these, there's a link down below in the description at the lowest possible price, as well as potential discounts. Don't forget to check out mountaineerjourney.com, where you can see the full written review of the Ghost Max 3, as well as other comparisons, full reviews, and best of guides. Don't forget to please like and subscribe. We're going to keep bringing you non-sponsored reviews. We get all these shoes with our own money, so there's zero bias in any of these reviews. So thanks again. We'll catch you next time.